with Secretary Clinton is that it seems to be all politics all the time.
She embodies Washington. She embodies that old, tired, top-down approach from the government.
Mrs. Clinton, please name an accomplishment.
I want to say thank you to both Secretary Clinton and to President Clinton. Thank you for your service to our country.
All right, there you have it. Jeb Bush, unelectable. And that was put out by ForAmerica.org. And joining us now, we just happen to have David Bozell, Executive Director of ForAmerica. Hello, sir.
How are you doing? Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday indeed. Okay, so, I mean, I got to tell you, I agree. I don't know if he's unelectable, but I'll tell you this, I hope he's unelectable. He's not my favorite guy for a number of reasons. But talk about why you guys decided to go this route.
Well, frankly, I just don't think he has a shot at winning. I just don't think he can beat Hillary Clinton in a general election for a couple of different reasons, but namely that clip, that speech. It gives Hillary Clinton all the ammunition that she needs to bury him in a general election. He would be, frankly, intellectually dishonest if he tried to attack her record as Secretary of State or the First Lady or anything that she did in public life, having given her a Lifetime Achievement Award for public service, having lauded her with so many compliments, and her husband for the dedication to public life. It would be intellectually dishonest for him to be able to try to criticize her. And frankly, spinning it forward, it would be intellectually dishonest if any one of his surrogates were to do the same thing.
Yeah, and what do you believe the purpose was? I mean, is this part of who Jeb Bush is, or who Jeb Bush is trying to portray himself as? I'm not saying it's an inaccurate portrayal, but Mr. Inclusive, Mr. Compassionate, Mr. Nice, Mr. Non-confrontational to a great extent. Is that how he's going to run this race?
Yeah, he seems to, Steve. He seems to have kept his gloves on regarding the Obama administration, regarding Hillary, at every turn. He doesn't seem to have a critical thing to say about anybody. You have no idea. The result of that being is you have no idea what makes him any different from a Democrat. That's going to be a problem for him. But let me go back to my point about the problem for his surrogates. I think it's critically important. Let's just spin it forward for a second. Let's spin 2016 forward. If he were to win the nomination, if he were to go through the GOP nominating process and win, every candidate that he would have beaten is going to be expected to defend him and be a surrogate for him. The entire Republican Party apparatus is going to be asked to do the same thing. Every commentator, online, radio, television, is going to be basically trying to do the same thing if you're of the Republican side. But now everyone gets put into a corner where they themselves could be criticized for being intellectually dishonest, criticizing Hillary Clinton, because the very man that they would be trying to support doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Yeah,
as evidenced by this award, and to give this award to her nearly a year to the day of the anniversary of Benghazi, I think is political malpractice of the highest order.
Yeah.
So I just don't think he's qualified. It's one of the reasons why we put it out. I don't think he's ready for prime time. I don't think that anyone has any appetite for another Bush-Clinton. We've already seen a Bush lose to a Clinton. I have no interest in seeing that one again either.
Not to interrupt, David. Sorry, but do you believe that this whole Iraq thing, the way he answered the Iraq question, do you think that shows he's not ready for prime time?
He's all over the map. He's all over the map. I mean, CNN has a great montage of his answers in the last five days on the Iraq question. And look, I'm sympathetic to his situation because his brother did bring us into the Iraq war. But it's just a problem for him. The war, the conflict, the reasons why we got in there, the loss of life, the sacrifice, whether or not it was justified or a grand misadventure. All those questions will get raised again to Jeb Bush. And he had to have known that these questions were going to come, and so far he's failed the test.
All right, folks, you could find out more about ForAmerica going to ForAmerica.org. and check everything out. And David Bozell, say hello to your dad, Brent, and we'll speak to you soon. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Steve.
All right,
Appreciate it, man.
care.
Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, folks. Very interesting stuff. Coming up next, Manhattan Institute fellow Heather McDonald. But first, we're bringing back our viewer call-in segment here on the Steve Malzberg Show. And if you want to weigh in on the issues of the day, maybe talk about Jeb Bush, please, you have to contact us first to set this all up. It's not like talk radio that I did for 30 years where you just say, hey, give me a call, and you call in. We have to contact you first, but you have to reach out to us. Send an email to callsteve@newsmax.com. Call Steve at newsmax.com. Give us your name, a phone number where we could reach you during the day, because we want to hear from you. Do it now. We're coming back.